Chris Hoy just choosing his position. Jason Kenny 1 place behind him. Veldhoven gets 2. He's also on a warning, is Veldhoven. Bulgan, he'll need some attention. Levy also going well. Watanabe from Japan. It's a hot final, this.
Well, and 3 British riders in the previous heat altogether.
Chris Hoy's been the world champion 3 times for this. First crown coming in Mallorca 2007 when he beat the very talented Theo Bos of the Netherlands. Teun Mulder he beat the next year. Then missed a year, and then he was back on duty again. Copenhagen 2010 when he beat a Wang, and then last year he got beat by Perkins of Australia, who actually went out in the early rounds of this competition. So he's got the most gold gongs then in his pocket from this. Is he going to add another one?
I'm interested to see if they use the fact that they've got 2 riders in this to try and control the race.
Yep.
Didn't do it in the last ride.
No. They did in the Beijing final, though, with Ross Edgar and Chris Hoy.
The fact that these 2 riders are still vying for Olympic selection, of course, may play a big part in this. So we may see them ride individual races purely because of that.
Similar scenario to what we've been talking about with the sprint with Kenny and Hoy. They are there again are trying to pitch for that 1 place. Yep, it's changed the complexity of the sport completely, the 1 rider per discipline in the Olympics. So the lineup again: Michael Bulgan of France, Chris Hoy, Great Britain, Jason Kenny from Great Britain, Max Levy, Germany, Kazunari Watanabe of Japan, and Simon van Veldhoven of the Netherlands, of New Zealand, I should say. 2 on a warning in this, Kenny and van Veldhoven. The final of the men's Keirin gets underway. 8 laps of the track, and 2 riders from Great Britain have made it through to the medal contest, and that's Chris Hoy and in there also Jason Kenny. There's Max Levy, a former world champion for this. He won that title back in Poland in 2009. The big fella in the black, that's van Veldhoven of New Zealand. There's the yellow marker to tell you he has got a warning against him. Jason Kenny's right in the wheel at the moment of the New Zealander, and right at the back is Chris Hoy. He rides these differently these days, Chris. At one time he used to be always waiting to burst off the front.
Well, he has changed his tactics. That was a very difficult one for anybody to counter. But right now, as we've just been saying, this is about selection for the Olympic Games as much as it is for the world title. Yeah, he gets involved in the pushing and shoving. He keeps out of the pushing and shoving, but he does get himself involved in the little bunches. He picks up the tempo, having to navigate his way around and find the good line. There's Watanabe of Japan. Well, Hoy a long way back in this string now. It's a lot of distance to close. Kenny's 3rd wheel, and a good wheel as well. Must admit, Levy of Germany impressed me greatly when he won his 2nd round heat. He just rode away from the rest. Very, very powerful. 4 to go. The shake-up is going to start very shortly. It's getting towards crunch time. Stand by for the adrenaline rush. The little Derny bite now. He's going to swing off into the well of the track in the back straight. Chris Hoy now starting to make a move. Encouragement there for van Veldhoven. The Derny bite leaves the track, 2.5 to go. At stake is the World Championship for the Keirin. Right on the front at the moment is Levy, then Bulgan. Kenny trying to come down the inside. Chris Hoy at the moment, he's looking to try and find a clear run. Now then, just over 1.5 laps to go. The pace beginning to lift now. Levy's on the front. He really has raised the tempo. Van Veldhoven of New Zealand is going with him. And there's a little gap back then to the British pairing. And it's Kenny trying to close down. And he does close down. And Hoy's in the wheel of Kenny, and Kenny is coming up onto the shoulder of van Veldhoven, but it's still Levy at the front as they come down the finishing straight. Oh, on the line! Who was it? Was it van Veldhoven? Chris Hoy? They're saying Chris Hoy's got it. The clenched fist. How did he do that? Chris Hoy storms down the
track to take his 4th World Keirin title, and he must have clutched that from the jaws of defeat, because Levy looked as though he'd got it all tidied up, and in that final run to the line, Hoy got it, and Kenny earlier on looked as though he was going to take it. Wow, that was impressive.
That was an incredibly fast piece of thinking. We'll watch that again, but Kenny coming round the outside, everybody sort of went right to try and get around. Hoy just thought, I'm not going to make that. It's a long shot, I'll go for the inside, and a gap just opened up in front of him. The speed that you have to think to make decisions like that. And that was the surprise move, actually, that I thought Bourgain actually led him in, and that was the moment early in the race that it was all set up.
Yes, and Kenny, when he started the rush in the back straight, it looked very much with the acceleration he got that he was the likely man to take goal. But Chris Hoy, with a wise head, kept his nerve, and in the closing stages, literally, I reckon the final run to the line, thumb up, the commissaire's happy, the final lunge for the line, and that's sealed gold for Chris Hoy. The 4th time he's won this world title, and I think that could well have eradicated any doubt in the selector's mind for who's going to ride that in London.
Well, I think the Keirin, you could well be right, actually. That could be the final criteria there. It's not been a great championships for Chris Hoy. Certainly not by his own standards, but that was a classy move. It shows that this event isn't just about power, it's about experience and thinking under pressure. And here's exactly how he did it. He managed to get Bourgain behind him, which I thought was a classic move. He didn't panic at all. Jason Kenny tried to pull him out for an early go, and that was the move. There was nowhere to go. He's not allowed to pass on the inside. Now look at this, the way he makes himself a move, just says, excuse me, to the New Zealander, and comes through. Oh,
let's have a look at the side shot as well, but I tell you need some courage.
50 metres to go, you would say that's not going to happen, wouldn't you? But look at this move.
So impressive.
Just moves him out the way. The momentum of the track, the shape of the track helping to push him out, and all the time keeping the pressure on the pedals.
Unbelievable.
Levy
Let's have a look at the side shot. Look at the side shot, Chris. That's how close it is. Oh, final 5 metres, I reckon he tidied the gold up. Let me tell you, that is the 11th world title that Chris Hoy has won, and the 4th for the Keirin. So his voracious appetite for top podium positions, well, you just cannot stop him, can you? He just carries on and on. Fantastic. And there's his father, giving him a nice cuddle. Great family. His mum's there, Carol, as well, and his wife. There she is, Sarah. Oh, the tears are starting here. Well done, son.
They'll be so pleased, won't they, that he came away from this championships with something.
My maths are correct, Chris. That's the 25th medal he's won in the World Championships. He got a bronze last night, didn't he? He got a gold just.
Quite some record.
Yeah, 25 medals he's won in the World Championships, and that's his 11th gold and his 4th in the Keirin. Official result confirmed then. The winner of the men's Keirin is Chris Hoy. The silver medal, Max Levy of Germany, and the bronze going to Simon van Veldhoven of New Zealand. It was some scrap. Off to the bar for a drink after that, I think.